Hi world, it's Pepper Bear here, and today we're here to open Pandora's box. Let me tell y'all a little bit of a story. There is this antique shop over by where my school is, and it's so huge. Like, it doesn't look big when you look at it from the outside, but you could spend hours just getting lost in there. It has practically everything you could ever possibly think of. It's amazing. I love walking through there. So sometimes when my dad picks us up from school, he'll like take us there and we'll just wander through for a couple of hours. And we went there one day and they had this thing that completely just stole a piece of my soul, and I was like dying a little bit about this. And so my father, like the beautifully wonderful awesome person that he is, got it for me for Christmas. Words cannot express how ridiculously happy I am to own this and like have this to like cherish and love forever. And I figured that I might as well make a video about it. So this is a French Revolution, like 1780s-ish bronze chest box thing. I don't know what it qualifies as. I call it a box that has the cameo of King Louis XVI on it. And like I said, it is made of bronze, so it's like heavy. So we're getting an arm workout today. But besides there obviously being the cameo of the king in the center of it with like the crown above him, on either side of him are like depictions of what I believe to be what's called the king's bird. So if I'm not mistaken, every single king in the line of French royalty had a specific animal that was like their symbol or something like that. I could be wrong, but from what the research I did on this was the king's bird, which is kind of cool because you can see it depicted in like other spots on the piece. Like on either side here you can see the bird, and on the back here on either side of the heart detail. Can we take a minute to look at the feet, please? The feet are amazing. They've got like what looks like lion heads on them to me. I don't know, could be something else, but it looks like lions. The whole like box itself is super like got rounded and like swirly ornate details, and it just like totally reminds me of like Rococo style and like 18th century architecture, you know. It's just, oh man, it's great. There's a keyhole here that this thing didn't come with a key, but there's a keyhole there. So at one point it had a key, which I think is super cool. There's a lost key out there in the world probably for this thing. And the inside, if I can like, I have shrimp noodle arms, so like fabric. Whoa! So it's got what I would assume to be the original fabric in it, which is gorgeous. And it doesn't like smell super strongly of anything. Like it's not moldy or mildewy, it's just old, which I think is absolutely amazing. My hand is cramping trying to hold this up. It's bronze, like I said, so it's really freaking heavy. Bottom is also super cool. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but like there's green, like just age underneath the feet. And I think it's so cool when you can see the age on a piece and like see like dirt or like just know that it's old by looking at it. It's like, oh man, it's so cool. There's more on this one actually, and let's see if you can see that better. Woo! I'm just a huge history nerd in general. I guess I probably started with Greek mythology, and then I moved over to like Egyptian mythology and like Egyptian royalty and stuff like that. And then I actually went to Europe. I went to like Italy and France and Britain, and I just completely fell in love with the, like, you can see the history. Like you can look at something that's almost 2,000 years old, and that's insane to me because usually you only read about history in like textbooks and stuff like that, and it's like you can actually see history right before your very eyes. That's so cool. So after I got back from Europe, I took it upon myself to just learn everything about European history. I'm not there yet, obviously, because that's a lot of history to go through, but I'm especially fascinated by like the monarchy and like royalty for some reason. But the reign of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette in France, like all the way through like the French Revolution and Napoleon's reign, like from that to like that is my favorite point in history to study. I don't know why, it just speaks to me. I find it really, really interesting and I like to learn all I can about it. So to be able to hold this is ridiculously unparalleled to anything I've ever held in my life. You know, like going back to that before where you can only read about history, but then I'm holding a piece of history. This box is almost 250 years old. That's like older than any human that's ever lived. How cool is that? Just kind of reminds you how fleeting existence is, you know? Like, this box has survived longer than any human has ever existed on this face of the earth. Like, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. Only this thing could like speak. Like when you touch it, you can feel that it's old, you know what I mean? Like you can feel that it's been through a lot or seen through a lot. I don't know if I sound like I'm crazy, but like if only it could speak, you'd be able to know what it's seen, what its journey was to make it all the way to be sitting here in my lap, which is probably the most irrelevant thing it's ever done. This is the kind of thing that's super duper special because I'm gonna keep this for the rest of my life. This is gonna, when I move out, when I move in places, when I die, this thing is gonna be here, and it's probably gonna be here for longer than what my life expectancy is, you know what I mean? Like this thing is gonna just, man, it's so old! I almost cried when I opened this, to be honest with you, because I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought it was books, because it was super heavy, and I'm like a book nerd, so I was like, yo, this is probably books, because it's really heavy, and it's like a big box, but it was not books. It was something arguably better. I collect vintage teacups as well, but there's nothing like this huge or like special in my collection yet, so like I'm so stoked to have this. If you're watching this, you're probably a collector yourself, so I'd love to know in the comments down below if you have anything similar to this, or just like, what's the highlight of your collection? What's your favorite piece that you have? What's the story behind it? I like knowing these kind of things. A friend of mine has like currency from the like Civil War in America, which he thinks is really cool. I think that's pretty cool. You should think it's pretty cool. I don't know, just like let me know. What's the story? What's the scoop on all your old stuff? If you so happen to like me, hey, hi, hello, you know where the subscribe button is. Probably it's down below here in this down bar. As I said, comment down below please what your favorite part of your collection is and why it's your favorite. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.